So I want to start, I think, really with nutrient requirements and what you're doing in terms of understanding those requirements from a disease perspective. We continually have these discussions here, even in the United States, about what's the right requirement for disease status versus health status. So I'd be interested to hear your take on currently what you're seeing and doing.
Yeah, so a big part of my research program has been specifically looking at how nutrient requirements change with disease challenge, but also how the diet can impact a pig's response to disease and other stressors. This really came out from the move to ban antibiotics for both growth promotion a few years back. But it has developed more just because I think in general, we need to move more away from determining requirements for growth and focusing specifically on growth and how we need to feed the pig to enhance robustness and its ability to resist disease challenge or grow in that and really support their overall health. So we've done a couple of studies. It started off specifically looking at threonine requirements and disease challenge. We did an LPS model and also looked at dietary fiber. And this really came about as the fact that fiber can impact threonine requirements based on mucin production in the gut. And also threonine is really highly utilized by the immune system. So we thought that maybe that would have an even greater effect on threonine requirements during disease challenge. In that one, we actually saw that it didn't have an additive effect, and actually the fiber ended up having more of a protective effect, probably because of the increase in mucin production. So that was one surprising, but a good surprise. Since that study, we've done a lot more of looking at more enteric disease challenges, specifically salmonella, and how providing additional amino acids may be beneficial in those. So we've done one of those with threonine, and we showed that just providing excess threonine enhanced growth performance during that salmonella challenge. And more recently, we've been looking at more functional amino acids, specifically threonine, tryptophan, and methionine, which have been highly studied during disease challenge. So we provided those at 20% above NRC, and we got a further enhancement of growth performance in that situation. And then most recently, we looked at specifically the adaptation period. So a lot of these disease challenges, when we look at the requirements, it's right at the time we challenge them, or we switch the diet rate when we challenge them, but there was really no work looking at whether or not providing these in advance of the challenge had any greater benefit. And in our most recent study, we did show that the further up to 2 weeks in advance of the disease challenge actually had a greater impact on the enhanced growth performance and reduction in that immune activation. So some interesting stuff coming out and how we can impact this, but the overall goal is simply to provide one additional tool that we can use without those antibiotics that may be able to enhance pig health and pig growth and that enhance the bottom line for the producers, right?